Hello everyone, it's Ted again from Tap Sac. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm excited today to start playing on Arena because we have Midweek Magic, which is the Phantom bot draft for the new Alchemy Horizons Battle at Baldur's Gate. So this is a digital version of the paper product Commander Legends 2. So the cards are a little bit different, and they have a running quick draft event now. But for Midweek Magic, they're offering this 2-day free Phantom bot draft, which means that you don't have to pay anything to enter this draft, but you also don't get to keep the cards. So take it as a free practice for just these 2 days, and if later on you want to play on a quick draft or in Premier Draft for Alchemy Horizons, then this is a good practice. Myself, I'm not very excited about Alchemy, but anything that is free, I'm willing to try. So I hope we get this. I'll take this as a good practice. So before we get started on the draft, I hope you will like and subscribe. Also leave a comment if you want a chance to win a Crimson Vow set booster pack, which will be giving away to one lucky commenter next week. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, this is our pack 1. So normally we have to pick one card and then pass the pack down to the next person, and then we will receive the next pack from the previous person in the table. So because this is a quick draft format, we are picking against computer, AI, not real players, and there also isn't a timer at the bottom. So basically you get all the time in the world to think about what you want to pick before you actually do so, which is good. And each pack will have 1 rare, and then 3 uncommons, and the rest are commons. So normally we'll look at the rare first and see how good it is. So in this case it's Grim Hireling, 4 mana for 3/2. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. Okay, and you can sacrifice X treasures to give target creature -X until end of turn. So in a way it's kind of a ability that can remove creatures, which is pretty good. But if you want to deal, if you want to get treasures, you've got to be dealing combat damage. So I assume this deck would need a lot of small creatures maybe, or a creature that has evasion. So this is definitely a good candidate. But let's look at our uncommons. Monk of the Open Hand is a small creature but can grow if you are casting lots of spells. It's good in white aggro decks generally. And Red Dragon is a 6 mana 4/4 flying. Nice big creature, and when it enters the battlefield it deals 4 damage to each opponent. So basically 4 free damage to the opponent's face when you cast it. Can be pretty good because it's a 4/4 flying, so not easy to get rid of. 6 mana is reasonable, so we might pick this. Gate to the Citadel is a tap land. So what it does, it says you pay 3 and white to tap and seek a non-land card. And seeking is basically to put 1 card from random from your library into your hands, so you don't really know what you're going to get, but there is no restriction, so you could get a high cost card or a low cost card. And this doesn't need you to sacrifice the land, so it is you can do this every turn, which is pretty good. You're gaining value each turn. Alright, and the commons, let's see, you've got a combat trick, or deal you've got combat trick, and then Air Cult Elemental. Return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hands when it enters the battlefield. That's decent. Hypnotic Pattern, I've not seen this before. Target creature perpetually gets -2/-0. So perpetually is alchemy mechanic. It means that they will always be -2/-0 regardless of whether that card gets put into the library, graveyard, or bounced back and forth. You come to a river, another combat trick in a way, or a delaying tactic, as you can return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Not bad for 2 mana. Shambling Ghast, great black card for 1 mana. Can create treasures or give creature -1/-1. Incessant Provocation, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Perpetually gains attacks each combat if able. Not that great this one. Owlbear is a good 5 mana 4/4 trample, draw a card. Underseller Myconic. When it enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 sapling and can tap for any color. That's nice. Underdark Basilisk, 1/2 Death Touch. Okay. Cloak of the Bat is equipment and can give creature flying and haste. It's not bad actually as equipment. So now the problem is what to pick for pack 1. We could go with Grim Hireling. I think it's has a lot of upside. Or Red Dragon, which is a nice big creature. So this being pack 1, pick 1, we don't really know the direction we're gonna go because it depends on what we're gonna pick later on. But maybe we just go with the rare since it's nice to pick rares. Okay, we have 3 uncommons. Dream Fracture, counter target spell. They draw a card, we draw a card. Guild Thief, reduce combat damage to the player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So this also relies on combat damage, which could be quite good for Grim Hireling, and it can give itself unblockable. So not bad. 4/4 flying, 6 mana. Okay, artifact creature, minimus containment, nice kind of a removal, semi-removal. You can target any non-land permanent. Hypnotic Pattern again, and then we have some other new cards. Grey Slad, mill 4 cards for a sorcery, and then you can cast a creature side after that. As long as there are 4 or more cards, creature cards in your graveyard, is Menace and Death Touch. So this is a milling theme. Not sure if we're going to do that yet. Demogorg's Clutches, target opponent discards 2 cards, mill 2 cards and lose 2 life. Wow, this is not bad actually. I want to get that, but maybe later on. Shambling Glass again, Manticore. It can destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Okay. Giant Fire Beetles. What is Double Team? Double Team is when a creature with Double Team attacks. If it's not a token, conjure a duplicate into your hand, then both of them perpetually lose Double Team. So basically you get a free copy into your hand and you can cast it later. But this is a one-time thing because they will lose that Double Team mechanic. So this is quite new, I've not seen this before. So in a way it's like card advantage. It's not bad for just 3 mana. No Hunter uses pack tactics. If you have lots of creatures with power 6 or more, you get benefit. Herd Gorger gains life. Nice big creatures. 6 mana, 7/6. And Pit Trap is an artifact that deals damage to a creature. So I'm looking at Guild Thief because it ties in nicely with Hireling. It's not super strong, but it synergizes the most now, so maybe I'll just pick that. Okay, we have 3 uncommons. We have new Disciples with Double Team. When it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. This is nice because if you have 2 of these, then you're basically tapping 2 creatures each time it attacks. Dream Fracture, another counter spell. Jade Orb of Dragonkind. Add green when you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, enters battlefield with additional +1/+1 counter and gains hexproof. So naturally this is going to be great if you have lots of dragons in your deck. Probably if you're playing red-green dragons, like if we had the red dragon earlier, then this would be great, but we don't. So I'm currently not going to pick this. And then let's look at the commons. White, on enters battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 and vigilance. Nice for aggro decks, white aggro. Looter can loot, draw a card, discard a card. Sepulchre Ghoul, you can sack a creature and gets +2/+2. Empire Spawn, a nice way to just make opponent lose life directly. Improvised Weaponry, deal 2 damage to any target. Again, the gain control. Young Red Dragon, can create a treasure and then cast a 3/2 flying but can't block. Arcane Archery, nice combat trick. And Prophetic Prism, when it enters battlefield, draw a card. Okay. So right now, nothing that really ties into our blue-black theme. But Improvised Weaponry is not a bad card for just a general removal, because it deals 2 damage and you create a treasure token. And the treasure does come into play for hireling because you need to sacrifice treasures. So not bad. The other option is Young Red Dragon, also create a treasure. This is pretty nice, but not sure if I want to pick it now. So maybe I'll just go with improvised weaponry. Ooh, we got another Jade Orb and another white combat trick. Another Devoted Paladin. I really like this card actually. Steadfast Paladin, 2 mana, 2/2 lifelink. Undersimplify. Choose target spell. If it's a creature, it gets perpetually -2/-0, and it counter it unless its controller pays 2. Oh, this is pretty strong actually. Horde Robber. Use combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. This also ties in nicely with our hireling. Come to a null camp, you can do a combat trick, follow the tracks, conjure a card from the spellbook. So a spellbook is essentially a group of cards, and you can basically pick a card at random, put it into your hand. I think it is your hand. Oh, and onto the battlefield for this one. Okay, so you get a free land basically, 1 out of 5 colors. Skirt Nurturer, add green, cast dragon spells again for dragons. You line up a shot. Wow, 3 choices. You can draw a card, conjure a card named Naturalize, or conjure a card named Plummet. Hey, this is pretty nice actually, because Plummet can destroy a creature with flying, and Naturalize can destroy a target artifact or enchantment, or you can draw a card. So actually this card gives a lot of options. You can get rid of a lot of different threats, but I'm not gonna pick that now. I think I'm gonna pick the Horde Robber because he has treasures. Wow, white is really open. I think there's so many nice white cards. So another combat trick, Soldier of the Watch, 2/1 double team. You hear something on watch, can deal fire damage to target attacking creature. Hypnotic Pattern again. Okay. Lizard Folk Librarians, 2/4 double team, and when enters battlefield, scry 2. Okay, not too bad. 3 mana for 2/1 flying dragon, and target creature gains flying. Pirate Spawn, come to river, Unexpected Windfall, and Circle of Moon Druid. So I'm thinking maybe it's wise to pick some white cards for now, in case we do come up with a big white bomb later on in the second pack or third pack, and I don't want to be short of white cards. And there's nothing really good in blue, black, or red here. Red, okay with this, you can create treasures, so maybe it's not bad. But maybe we just pick this double team. Looks interesting. Trilasara. This is a nice card for green-white life gain decks, because every time you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So something to keep note of. More Devoted Paladins. Wow, there's a third one. Shocking Grass. Nice combat trick. Can replace itself. Draw a card. Water Weird. Use combat damage to a player. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Interesting. Sepulchral Ghoul. Baleful Beholder. Thieves Tool. Create treasures. Okay, and some creatures can't be blocked as long as the opponent's, as long as the power is 3 or less. Okay, not bad. The black land, kind of like this black land. Maybe you can seek a non-land card each time, so pretty good. Let's pick that. Ooh, Celestial Unicorn. This would have been nice with the hireling. Oh, sorry, with the Trilasara. In fact, if you play black white and gain life, then this would be good. But right now, we don't have really any way to gain life except cards like Vampire Spawn. Green, we have Circular Moon Druid again, Herd Gorger again, Druidic Ritual, to mill 3 cards and return a creature card. Nothing very exciting. Although this Sepulchre Ghoul, one interesting combo is that you can use that red card to gain control of an opponent's creature and then use this to sacrifice. So basically it's a 2-for-1. So maybe if we get back those red gain control cards, then we can use a Sepulchre Ghoul with it. Don't know if I want another Horde Robber, so maybe we'll take this. Lapis Ord of Dragonkind. Again, to cast dragons, which we don't have right now. Maze of Disruption is equipment. It perpetually gets +1/+0 if it has the same name as another creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard. See, so this is great if you have lots of copies of the same creature, either in your graveyard or on a battlefield. So stuff like Double Team would work quite well with this maze. Quite interesting actually. So Soldiers of the Watch Double Team can go well with maze. Everything else, isn't anything interesting. What's this? Wizened Githzerai. Whenever Githzerai becomes blocked by a creature, that creature perpetually gains -2/-0. This is not bad in a way. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. It looks interesting. Monk of the Open Hand, again, it came back. Your ambush on the road. So now we're seeing the cards that we passed earlier, and we're getting stuff back. So these are the cards that are left. And Air Cult Elemental, 6 mana, it's alright. Shambling Gas, it's okay, it's good. And create treasures. But our curve is quite low right now because we have a lot of small stuff, but we don't have big guys. So I'm kind of thinking about that right now. Perhaps you come to a river would be good. Ooh, okay, some blue cards, black cards. Okay, Demo Gorgon's Clutches came back. So maybe we'll take this. It does quite a lot for 3 mana. Dream Fracture, nobody wants this card because his controller draws a card and we draw a card, so I guess it's fair. But yeah, we don't need it, I think. We'll just take one. Under Simplify. Okay, counter spell. Ooh, nice. 2 blue cards with a Double Team or a Hypnotic Pattern. Alright, let's get some creatures. Thieves' Tool, okay. Ooh, second pack is our nice Ancient Silver Dragon for 8 mana, 8/8. When you use combat damage to player, roll a d20, draw cards equal to the result. So, obviously very big, very powerful, but for 8 mana, can we cast it? I think that's the question. We're not going to keep this card, even if we pick it, so if we pick it, we have to use it, or I mean, we should be using it. Let's look at some of the others. We have Mind Spike. Target opponent reveals each non-creature, non-land card in their hand. You choose a card reveal this way, this card, we lose 2 life. Otherwise, we draw a card. Okay. So at the very least, we will draw a card. And we lose 2 life. It's alright. Swashbuckler Extraordinaire, new card. 3 mana, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Okay. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice 1 or more treasures. Up to that many target creatures gain double strike until end of turn. Ooh, this is actually pretty nice. It's pretty nice for our red, if we're playing red-black, but I think we'll probably be playing blue-black. If we want to pick Ancient Silver Dragon. Let's look at the last uncommon, Scanos. Green Dragon Vessel. It's a 6/6 Vigilance for 6 mana. When it attacks, untap target, another target attacking creature and gets +X/+0, where X is Scanos' power. So naturally it's going to be +6/+0. So that is nuts. Oh no, the front side is 5 mana, specialize 4. And how do you specialize? What is specialize? It doesn't say what is specialize. But it looks like you get to pick what kind of transformation you want. Wow, so that's pretty strong. You can either give it First Strike, Menace, Lifelink, Flying. So depending on what you want. And I assume you just pay 4 mana for it. Wow. Wow, that is great. But are we playing green? We're not playing green. So let's just pick the Ancient Silver Dragon and stick to blue-black. Ooh, another dragon. Juvenile Mist Dragon. I think this is new because it's not in the paper version of Baldur's Gate. So when it enters the battlefield, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target creature. Each of those creatures doesn't untap for 1 turn. So not bad actually for a dragon. The other cards, blue, not so great. White, Containment is great. Gate of the Black Dragon is good. We already have one. Deadly Dispute can create treasures, which is nice. And Unexpected Windfall again. But I think we're not gonna go red anymore. So let's just pick the dragon. Let's go with blue-black. Alright, from now on we'll just look at the blue-black cards, because we're not going to be switching anymore. I think it's a bit late. Ghost Lantern, return target creature card from graveyard to your hand. Okay. When a creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, on equipped creature. So it's alright. But I'm thinking of Shambling Ghast right now, because I want to create treasures. Ambition's Cost. Draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. I think it's fair. Draw 3 cards is very good for 4 mana. And I guess, you know, to make it fair, you lose 3 life. Sewer Plague. Target creature and opponent controls perpetually gets -2/-2. And at the beginning of each upkeep, it gets -1/-1. Wow, so this is like a creature removal, but a little bit delayed. So I kind of like this because we actually don't have any removal spells, which is bad. The only thing we have is our Grim Hireling, which I don't really want to just rely on that. So let's pick the Sewer Plague. Ambition's Cost again. We have Timora's Invoker, 8 mana, draw 2 cards. Right. I think if there were cards that can reduce the cost of activated abilities, then this would come into handy. But so far we've not seen it. Add 1 mana of any color. Okay. I'm thinking between the Lantern and Ambition's Cost. Lantern can help us ram, but Ambition's Cost can help us draw. So let's go with the draw first. Skullport Merchant. Nice. When enters the battlefield, create a treasure. And you can sacrifice another creature or a treasure to draw a card. So more card advantage, hopefully. And ability to sacrifice stuff. Blur, exile target creature control, and return the battlefield under its owner's control. Kind of like a blink effect. Does anything have enter the battlefield trigger? Currently no, except for Mist Dragon. Okay, so I think Skullport Merchant is the logical choice. Chain Devil. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a non-token creature. Okay, this is alright, because we can sacrifice our smaller stuff. Manticore, okay, Shambling Ghast again. Summon Undead, mill 3 cards, and you may return a creature card from graveyard to your battlefield. Lizard Folk Librarians again, I think 1 is enough. Demogorgon's Clutches, I think 1 is enough. Nefarious Imp, 2/1, flying for 3 mana. Whenever one or more permanents you control leave the battlefield, scry 1. So this also applies to treasures. When you tap them for mana, they die, they get destroyed and they leave the battlefield, so you actually scry 1. So not a bad card. Although I do like to have one Spike Pit Trap sometime as a creature removal. How many creatures do we have? 12. Alright, let's just go with the Imp first. Mind Spike is back. Water Weird again. Baleful Beholder. At 6 mana is a bit high. I don't think we want to... I don't know if we can afford one more high cost card. Alright, let's just take the Mind Spike first. Dara's back. Clever Conjurer. Can untap target permanent. Not sure how useful that is. Frost Giant, 5 mana for 4/5. Maybe a good blocker. Just pick that. Ghost Lantern again, Manticore. Horde Robber again, Hypnotic Pattern. Okay. Alright, Hypnotic Pattern. Baleful Beholder, sideboard, and Thieves Tool, second one, no thanks. We have a Mythic Rare, Verdant Rejuvenation. Seek X creature enchantments or planeswalker cards, where X is the highest mana value among creatures you control. Wow, so you need big creatures for this, and it costs 8. Anyway, we're not playing green, so forget it. Red Dragon would be nice to have if we're playing dragons. Let's look at blue-black. Blur, Hypnotic Pattern again, Undersimplify, the counter spell, Sparkle Ghoul, Sewer Plague, Shambling Ghast. Gut is a nice red card for fighting. Alright, I kinda like Sewer Plague. I think we really need some removal. Ooh, Viconia, Nightmare's Disciple. 2 mana, 2/3, can exile cards from graveyard, and you can specialize. Conjure a duplicate of target creature exile with this creature into your hand. Perpetually gains, you may spend mana as though you have mana of any color to cast this spell. Let's pick the Viconia. Let's see, blue-black, contact other plane. You can draw cards. Grey Slat, no thanks. Beholder, we have 1. Come to a River. Alright, I'm gonna pick Come to a River just as a nice trick. Ooh, got lots of white, red cards, green, blue, black, nothing much. Hook Horror, this is the first time we're seeing this. 5 mana for 3/3, when it dies, perpetually gets -1/-1. But you can return it to the battlefield for at least a couple of times. So a bit expensive to cast, but it can be okay as a blocker. Nothing much here, I'll just take Undersimplify. Iron Golem, 4 mana 5/3. Why not? Should I pick that? Contact Other Plane, Hypnotic Pattern, Armor of Shadows. It's a nice combat trick, might just pick that. Alright. So we're coming to the end of all 3 packs. We didn't really find, I don't know, the deck doesn't seem to be that strong. But we do have one nice rare in terms of our Grim Hireling, and we also have the Ancient Silver Dragon, although I'm a bit skeptical of whether we can actually cast it. So let's just pick another counter spell. Okay, we've got Horde Robber. We can create treasures, I guess. Alright. Shambling Gas. Again, same cards. So many of the same cards. Do we need another Shambling Ghast? We're getting so many of the same cards. It's not that interesting, I feel. We should be getting a better variety of cards to pick from, but we're just seeing the same commons. So we're getting a lot of duplicates, which may not be good. It can be good, but may not be good. So that was quite a long drafting process. Hope you didn't mind. I tried to explain as many of the new mechanics as I could. And this format is also quite new for me, or this set is quite new for me, so not very familiar with in terms of the synergies, but we tried to draft based on our rare Grim Hireling and our mythic rare Ancient Silver Dragon. So I think our plan is just try to create as many treasures. We don't have a lot of creature removal, so we'll hopefully use Grim Hireling to get rid of opponent's creatures. And then later on we can cast Ancient Silver Dragon if we get to that far. So now we're at 49 cards. We want to get down to 40, which is the standard draft deck size. So Palka Ghoul, are we sacrificing stuff anymore? Only for Shambling Ghast, probably we'll get an upside. But otherwise, we're not going to be able to do things. Desert Folk Librarians, I don't think it's that great. Let's take it out first. Thieves Tool can create treasures and can make a creature unblockable, so I think we'll keep that. We don't need 2 Armor of Shadows. Let's take out the Improvised Weaponry. Right now I'm having trouble trying to cut down to 40. We're at 42. So just 2 more cards. I'm just not sure whether to cut more creatures or non-creatures. We have 14 creatures, 11 non-creatures. I kind of want to have a higher creature count. So maybe 1 each or 2 non-creature spells. Okay, maybe I'll get rid of the Iron Golem and a non-creature spell. But everything is useful. Alright, then let's just keep it at 41. It's the easiest way. And since this is a free draft, I don't think we should stress out too much. Let's just play. In fact, we can keep playing until we get 3 wins, so it really doesn't matter if we lose. We can just keep playing and playing until we win. So I think that's one of the best parts about this Phantom Bot draft. It really is beneficial to you in all ways, so you don't have to be stressed out about losing your gold or your gems. We're going first, but we have no creatures. Just have a bunch of instants, but let's just keep it. It's a nice new map. Battlefield. Ooh, Goblin Trap. What is that? Seek creature card with its haste. Okay. what can we do? We can't do really anything. So I could cast Hypnotic Pattern on it, but I want to see what else they do. Ooh, okay. Free attach, and then maybe I will do the Hypnotic Pattern now. So it's still a 1-1 because it perpetually gets -2, -0. But when it dies, it can seek another creature card with mana value 3 or less. So pretty dangerous. Ooh, Valor's Singer. Ooh, this is... I think I should counter this. I need to keep my life total high because I'm pretty slow right now. Looks like opponent is heavily on aggro. And we just drew our Ancient Silver Dragon, which is 8 mana. A long way to go, and we have no treasure generators. But let's cast Ambition's Cost. Hopefully we get something. Drew a Wizard. Steadfast Unicorn. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Okay, so it's not permanent, which is good. And they have to spend 4. So I'm not too troubled by that. And let's just end turn. We can keep up a counter spell. Aha, so they paid for the mana to get +1/+1 for each creature. And what we can do is give the Plague to the Unicorn in response. So before it can +1/+1, we kill it. And then it gets 2/2. And I think we can bounce it back. Alright, so let's cast some spells. Nice 2/3 blocker. And then the Wizened Gizrai. So what can Viconian do? Specialize 2. Pay 2, choose a color. Discard a card of that color. And this creature perpetually changes into that. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. So we can only do black or blue. And blue is to take back instant or sorceries. Alright. And black is to... creature card. Okay. So I don't think they have any big creatures right now. Trap Finder is back. Dragon's Fire. Yeah, I can't counter that because he has 2 mana available. And I can't transform. All I can do is exile a card from the graveyard, but I don't think that's gonna be useful. Okay, we're up to 7 mana, so we just need 1 more to get our Ancient Silver Dragon on the battlefield. Oh, we do get a free creature card with mana value 3. So that might have been stupid of me. I shouldn't have let him get a free card when that goblin was dead on board, pretty much. Ooh, what is this? So this is a card that they seeked. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice its creature. It has haste, specialize, and that's the battlefield. Creature cards in your hand perpetually get +1/+1. Wow. That is a nice rare. Yikes. Okay. I think I'll just counter that and it gets -2, -0 perpetually. Because I kind of need to buy time again. Ooh, we got the gate, but it's a tap land. So we need to survive for one more turn. Should be attack, because he's not gonna block, so that's the problem. And then he's gonna attach the rapier, which makes it a 3/3, which we can't block as well. So we might as well attack. He sacrificed it to add 2 red, and then how does he cast it back onto the field? I'm a bit confused. How did it come back onto the field? Ancient Copper Dragon. That is nice. This could be the Battle of the Dragons then. Oh, but he can cast Rapier. So maybe if we can get him to block, then he would get -2, -0 perpetually. He's not gonna block, unfortunately. So we're a bit at a disadvantage here because now it's his turn. He has all the mana to do stuff, whereas I am kind of... oh, it gains vigilance, I see. So kind of dumb if we have to... if we don't block, because he's gonna create a ton of treasures. And he can also block me later on, so I wouldn't even be able to attack through. So I think we have to go for this. No! Oh, it's indestructible. Alright. This might be the end then. Let's see. You can seek a non-land card. Let's try that. Silver plate, okay. But attacks target attacking creature without flying against flying attack. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good for us. I don't think we can do anything. Ancient Copper Dragon. Gut. Fights. And does it have haste? It doesn't have haste, but it did anyway. 12 treasures. Great. So our first game we got paired up against Ancient Copper Dragon, and then our Ancient Silver Dragon got pulverized, unfortunately. We're going first, but no blue lands and one ancient silver dragon in the hand as well, so not good. Wow. 3 of our most expensive cards in the hand. Alright, this is better. Let's keep 5. We'll have to dump some cards, unfortunately. Island and Sewer Plague or Shambling Glass. Steadfast Unicorn. Okay. Guild Thief. Dawnbringer Cleric. No blocks. We found a nice dragon, but no lands. You probably should block. Too bad I didn't draw a land, otherwise I could have given it unblockable, but we don't. Opponent stuck at 2 lands. Enters battlefield, target opponent reveals all creature and land cards in the hand. Choose one of them. Perpetually gains, enters the battlefield tapped. Okay. Alright, we'll give one creature perpetually -2, -0. Alright, we got our land. So we can either cast Grim Hireling or give the Thief unblockable. I think I prefer to get Hireling out. So then next turn, if I don't draw a land, I can just give the Thief unblockable and then get treasures. Another Steadfast Unicorn. No blocks. Alright, let's give the ability Thief. Has some sort of pump spell, I think. So I don't dare attack with my Hireling because he could be killing. He could kill it off by blocking and then pumping. Opponent still stuck on 2 lands. He's got lots of small creatures though. So he thought, I think he wanted me to block probably, but not a good idea. So let's cast our Mist Dragon. Okay. Yep, opponent, I think it's a little bit behind. Got mana screwed on the lands there, unfortunately. We've been there ourselves. I think when we drew too many lands, just not enough action. So from here, our Thief would just keep growing and we can have creature removal by sacrificing treasures. So that's a good combo that we wanted to have in our other games, but we haven't been able to. So next one. Sheer will be playing next. Ooh, 3 swarms, but we have Konia and we have Sewer Plague and Grim Hireling. Alright, I will keep this and hope we draw an island. And we do draw an island. Nice. Ooh. Paladin, alright. I'm gonna cast the thief first because I want it to be growing as soon as possible. So maybe if they have one blocker and I can get rid of it with Sewer Plague, then I can get it to grow by the +1/+1 counters. So he is attacking. Can't block. Alright. Alright, if I use Sewer Plague, it's gonna be -2/-2 on the vampire spawn, which is a 0/1. But he'll just block my thief, so I don't think there's any point in that. What I can do is cast Viconia and leave up Armor of Shadows. Okay, I'm going to block the Paladin. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. And then I will cast my Armor of Shadows. Okay, it's indestructible. Hopefully no more pumps. Deadly Dispute. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna cast my Grim Hireling now and create some treasures. And then I'm going to pass. So Grim Hireling is very important for us right now because we need it as a kind of creature removal. Our deck is very light on that. We don't have removal spells. We didn't see any of it in the draft picks, unfortunately. And there is Viconia. And a Sepulchre Ghoul. I want to get more treasures, but how do I break through? I might just have to Sewer Plague it, maybe. Alright, I'm just gonna cast my Gizuri. Here comes the Paladin and another Ghoul. Nice. And conceits. Maybe because it might be a long drawn game, which I think it would have been. But we can create treasures with the thief, and then using those treasures we can use Hireling to slowly whittle them down. So that was okay. I think that was our game plan. I was a bit worried about what they might have in terms of big spells, and the Sepulchre Ghoul especially can be pretty good if they steal our stuff or they sacrifice their own things. They get pretty big. So yeah, I think by killing off their own Viconia, we managed to, and exiling it, we managed to get a hit because we can still specialize after that. So we can specialize and make a copy of Viconia, or get back a target instant or sorcery. So they did have a few in their graveyard, such as you hear something on the watch, you can deal 5 damage to target attacking creature. And our Deadly Dispute. Yeah. Alright, so let's go to get our rewards. Claim prize. Ooh, Mythic Obnixilis Adversary. I think I already have 4 of these though. Do I? I hope not. Because I remember crafting some of these for a red-black sacrifice deck, so yeah, I spent some Mythic Wild cards just to get him. So hopefully this would be the last copy. Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned a bit from this video of the Phantom Bot Draft Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate. It has a lot of new cards because of Alchemy Horizons using the Baldur's Gate cards, and lots of new mechanics like Double Team, which we didn't get to see, but other stuff like Perpetually, Seek, Conjure, these are all very strong abilities that only appear on Arena, so not on paper, but they can be really strong. So be careful when you're playing. Alright, if you like our stuff, remember to subscribe, leave a comment to get that free pack, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, bye.